Oh, you thought it was over? Well, think again. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Carlee Russell a little bit more. Now, she has released a statement through her lawyer. We'll talk about him specifically a little bit more a little bit later. But in that statement, she has admitted to everything and apologized for everything. Now, $1 million question. Hey, ABL, what does quote unquote everything mean? Great question. Glad you asked. The entire story about a baby on the side of the road being kidnapped by the bride of Chucky and her husband, the 18-wheeler, hog-tied, all that stuff was a complete and total lie, fabricated, a hoax made up by her and her alone. She says there were no accomplices. It was only her by herself. Now, there's still quite a few questions that remain unanswered even after the statement. Okay, if she was by herself, where did she go after she called the police? She just vanished in the thin air. We have a potential answer for that in a minute. Shout out to that guy out there in Alabama doing some good work on the ground. There's quite a few questions, but before we go any further, here is what Carlee Russell looks like. She had the whole nation in the palm of her hand, one way or the other. On one hand, you're like, this is ridiculous. Baby on the side of the road. It was 4 years old with a diaper and a t-shirt. What's going on? A white baby at that. Like, what are we talking about? Nobody saw this baby in an interstate full of cars. And some were like, well, I believe her story. I believed your story. It was a whole big mess, but it was all a lie. Now, before I go any further, let's go ahead and roll this clip. This is going to be the statement released by the lawyer, read by local law enforcement. If you want to see this in full without my commentary, link as always will be in the description. If you're on IG, visit the link in the bio, go to the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
My client has given me permission to make the following statement on her behalf. There was no kidnapping on Thursday, July 13th, 2023. My client did not see a baby on the side of the road. My client did not leave the Hoover area when she was identified as a missing person. My client did not have any help in this incident, but this was a single act done by herself. My client was not with anyone or at any hotel with anyone during the time she was missing. My client apologizes for her actions to this community, the volunteers who were searching for her, to the Hoover Police Department and other agencies as well, as to her friends and family. We ask for your prayers for Carlee as she addresses her issues and attempts to move forward, understanding that she made a mistake in this matter. Carlee, again, ask for your forgiveness and prayers. We have a meeting scheduled with Mr. Anthony to further discuss this case. We're currently in discussions with the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office in Bessemer about possible criminal charges related to this case, and we will announce those charges when and if they are filed.
Hopefully, I heard that when. I heard that when emphasized more than the if on that one. So that was a full statement. And you heard toward the end, they're going to talk to Emory Anthony, the attorney. So they'll have a meeting with him and not the family or Carlee Russell. Now, there was supposed to be a meeting with Carlee Russell today with the investigators on the case because she, at a certain point, was still claiming this was a real thing, that she really got abducted, she really got kidnapped. Remember, her parents went on TV, said the same thing, that she was abducted and kidnapped, but that got canceled. And rather than going through that whole rigmarole, getting cross-examined basically and being found out to be a liar, she went ahead and had the attorney or the attorney consulted her and said, okay, look, let's not go any further. Let's put out a statement, apologize for it, and try to garner some sympathy and leniency from the public. That's most likely what happened here. So that is a general thing. Made the whole thing up. No accomplices. She was not in the hotel. Now, $1 million question. I know you guys are asking it. I know you guys are thinking it. Do you believe that entire statement? Do you believe the entire statement is factual? Now, I'm not trying to say that she was lying about staging this. I do believe she staged it. I don't believe she got kidnapped. I'm talking about some of the details. Talking about, oh, nobody helped me. I was not in the hotel, all this, that, and the third. Do you believe that? I'm not quite sure I do. I'm not quite sure I do. Now, let's go back to the day of the actual event. this is footage from the camera when she supposedly saw the white baby on the side of the road, right? Okay. Now, part of the reason why I thought this was kind of legitimate is because I can't really see any person, and I don't think we see Carlee Russell get out the car, but she had to get out the car because she was not there when the police arrived. And understand, from this moment right here, or when the video ends up until the police get there, it's like 3 minutes. It's not a very long time. It's like 3 minutes. So by the time they got there, she was gone. So if there was no accomplices, there was no Brida Chucky, hog tying 18-wheeler. If that didn't happen, then the question is, where did she go? Her red Sadie Benz was right there on the side of the road, running, keys in the ignition, cell phone, wig, all of that was right there. I don't think the little snacks she had, the cheeses and whatnot she got from the Dollar General or whatever, I don't think those were there, or the Target, whatever. I digress. The whole point is that I don't think the snacks were there, but her phone was, her wig was, the car was, all that was, yet we don't really know where she went. Now I'm seeing a shadowy figure right here. Okay. I don't really know what's happening, but let's get to this video right here. Here's another video from this man out here, JLR Investigates. Again, JLR Investigates. This is a long video. I'm not playing the entire thing, but and part in the freeze frame, the meme freeze frame. But in the video that you're going to see a little bit of right here, he was able to discover a pathway right in the area of the interstate where she stopped. Now, she could have gone down that pathway to evade the authorities and find her way somewhere else where she might have been hidden. Now, again, I don't know how she was gone for 48 hours and nobody saw her, if she was not with somebody or at somebody's house or in a motel or hitchhiking or doing something. I don't know how she was able to just be gone for that long and nobody see her, but this could be a piece of the puzzle that we're missing. Let's check it out.
At I-459, right there at the Hoover exit 10 sign, and right next to where her vehicle was found was a trail that I found that takes you to a tunnel that goes under the interstate, under Interstate 459. Watch this video right here. Wow.
Now, some are going to say, Carlee Russell ain't going to go up on no interstate, wigging and weaving. She's not going up on no interstate. Why not? I mean, who would have thought she would do something like this? The whole hoax was crazy. So to say that she went and do another crazy thing, I think doesn't make much sense. I most certainly do think she could have gone into a tunnel with water in it or up in the woods, because if that's not where she went, then where did she go? The police got there very quickly and nobody saw her in a vehicle or something like that. The story about being hogtied in the back of the 18-wheeler was false, and she says that nobody helped her. If you believe all that and we don't see any other evidence, then the question is, what happened? Let's see what he says. So now he's creeping up to where she would have stopped. And he says in the video, I'm not quite sure if I'm going to play it, but he says that she crept for like 600 yards or so because she was trying to find the exact spot where the path would be. Maybe she already knew about it. Maybe she already scoped it out. Maybe she had this whole thing planned. If you could do all this elaborate planning to fake your disappearance, you could surely just do something better with yourself in life. If you got all this kind of time and brain power, take that time and brain power and do something positive in your life. But I'm getting triggered, so I digress. So I guess that's right where she stopped. And down this area right here is a path.
So I'm actually going to walk down this trail and see where it goes, because it's quite possible that the car stopped here right by this sign and Carlee went down this trail. Quite possible. Where's this trail go?
There's a trail, obviously, so what's going on? Where's the trail go? It's a good question. It does look heavily wooded. You're talking about ticks and spiders and all kind of things that are being there. And they talk about it at night. It could be all kind of coyotes and other animals. But again, you're not dealing with somebody that's playing with a full deck. I think she might be a tad bit touched. So to do a thing like this, although it's very dangerous, I would not put outside of the possibility. Okay. It'd be crazy if we were to find out that she got bit up in the woods by a bear or some kind of other wood dwelling creature in the attempt to try and stage a not a hate hoax, a kidnapping hoax.
Definitely a trail.
Absolutely a trail. There's evidence of humans being in there, probably people riding bikes and maybe even sleeping in there potentially. Now, I'm going to kind of go ahead a little bit here. He's going to find more of the trail. And look, now you got like basically a bike path. You could easily ride an ATV or a small vehicle on that.
Oh, wow. Look what we got here. We got a tunnel. We got a tunnel. We got pipes. Look at this.
There it is right there.
Fencing there, houses back there, but you got fences.
So this is like a little neighborhood right here. So maybe she knows somebody right there. Maybe I don't know. I'm not quite sure I'm believing the whole thing about nobody else being involved. I think maybe somebody else was involved, but she doesn't want to open that can of worms to try and implicate someone else. I think the right thing to do here would be to take responsibility yourself. But at the same time, I want to know the truth. If there was somebody involved, then let us know that rather than continuing making up lies and stories. Tell us the whole truth. I'm going to link to this full video in the box. He also goes there at night to show how dark it is, but you can see with a flashlight pretty easily. It's like a half hour or more long. But as I close, I want to say this. Shout out to Carlee Russell for finally coming clean to a certain extent and letting us know that she, in fact, did make this whole thing up. It was a hoax. It was fake. She was not in any kind of way missing. And she apologized to all those that looked for her. The community came together. Her mom and dad went on TV. Everybody was trying to support her and vouch for her. All for what, though? My question is, what's the motive? I've still not been able to determine that. I'm hearing rumors that she was in Atlanta recently celebrating the birthday. I'm hearing rumors that the whole thing was about an ex-boyfriend trying to get back at him for cheating, some ridiculous nonsense. I don't know exactly what it was. I don't know about those rumors. All that I do know is that the story that she made up about the little baby and being kidnapped, hog-tied in the back of the 18-wheeler, all that was fake. All that was phony. There's no evidence of it, and she admits that it was fake and phony. That's all that I know. That's all that I got, and I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about what's going on here with Carlee Russell finally admitting that this whole thing was a hoax? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. I say finally, at a certain point, you got to admit what's going on. But what I want to know is a full and complete story. I'm not quite sure I believe that entire statement. I think there was somebody else involved, because if not, then where were you at for 48 hours? In the woods, laying down, getting ate up by ticks and spiders and roaches and rats and coyotes and beavers and everything else? I mean, what's really going on? Where were you? Were you at the Red Roof Inn? Were you at your boyfriend's house? Where did you go for the whole time? That's what I want to know. So if anybody was out there with Carlee and you have any kind of inside information, give me a ring-a-ding-ding. I'd love to hear your story. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.